He's probably one of the best product minds in the country, leading revenue and growth for Swiggy, a product we all love so much. And Anuj comes with over 2 decades worth of experience and learnings across top companies like Flipkart, Walmart, Snapdeal, and now Swiggy.
How do we work backwards from desired customer beliefs? It's it's an area which we'll cover in like a little bit of depth. How do we build with the users rather than build only for them, only thinking about, I say, if I were a user, how would that be? How do we even identify the users whom do we want to build for? How do we think about the new age internet users, and how do we chase the right metrics? A product is really working only when you have customers at one side and you have a product at one side, and they both need to kind of come together like a magnet. When there's like real magnetism that the product has, that consumers will really love, but not all customers who are the right kind of customers that will love, and that's essentially called the product market fit. And a product market fit is forged, it's not discovered. And that's something that I want everybody to kind of think about deeply. Sometimes what happens, we look at a market, we look at, hey, these are the customers that I want to build for, and we build a product for them. That's one way to build products. The other one is, I'm going to build this awesome product, and we'll see who will come. And I have some hypothesis on who will come. In my opinion, in my understanding, it's not one versus the other. It's a lot of iterations between these two. You start with a customer and you imagine a product, and then as you are building it, as you are working with the customers a lot more, you will tweak, you will adjust, and so on. In some cases, you may even land up with another product that may be actually important for some other target segment altogether. So both these things happen, and that's why it's an art and a science. What is the future that you're working towards? B, what are core beliefs your customers have around the category of products that will be there? And what are the core beliefs that your customers have? What beliefs are you going to build on top of, versus what are the beliefs that you're going to shatter? All your product journeys of building product is essentially from an accepted customer belief to a desired customer belief. What's the short name for the product that the target customers will understand? Essentially, what we are trying to test our assumptions about is, will customers be excited about this product? How will they tell this product to their friends? We have to write down a date, and then we'll basically say your company's ability to deliver this future state on a given date. You write the summary of the product. Essentially, what we are trying to write here is the ability to essentially crisply articulate to a customer in a way that sticks. We have not even yet started about the product, by the way. Then we'll describe the problem. 2 to 4 sentences describing the problem that a customer faces, which this particular product solves. So we'll talk about the pain points that you're addressing. And then we get into the solution. How are we solving the pain points? How is it easy it is to ramp up for your customers to take advantage of the new product or the new feature? And this is where the money shot is. You have to write a customer quote. You have to write about a future customer, a hypothetical customer, writing what do you love about the new product. Is it a mid-market? It could be a mid-market customer. It could be F50 customers, and so on and so forth. It essentially tests your assumptions about how and when you want the customers to react, and so on. Then you write an internal quote, and we have to write essentially a business owner saying, if I launch this product, then in next months we'll be reaching here, and so on. Art and a science, and I would say slightly more art than it is science, unless it's a very small, tiny experiment or a feature. Any decision, any product decision, is going to be a combination of these three things. They are three different axes. You will look at data, and but data by definition is you're doing a look back. You're seeing this is what my product, my users have been behaving in the past. You will use intuition. Intuition is essentially, if I do ABCD things, that would be a cool product and people will love it, essentially. And then you lose empathy. You are, because data will only tell you what went wrong in aggregates, but really what's a fundamental that is working on a user level. So you have to only speak with users, observe them use your product, competition product, even other products, etc. With a lot of empathy, you develop a lot of intuition. So every product decision, you have to look at all of these three things well. Remember that. And in early stage products and 0 to 1 products, you have to use a lot of intuition and a lot of empathy. It's never sufficient when you're talking with users. You always keep on taking, even if it is a paper prototype, you keep on taking it to the user, understand from them that, hey, will this work or not? Then intuition will come with creativity. You have to sometimes throw away the entire idea and come up with a new idea, and then again go and empathize with the user. And once you launch, then data is going to really help you, because at large scale, like for example, scale of Swiggy, when we do like say 2 million orders a day, I can't basically say that, on my checkout page, should I put COD first, or should I put Amazon Pay first, or should I put my own wallet first, etc. Well, there will be different levels of empathy that will be working for different people, and then I need to like really expand my product and let data like guide a lot of these. But B2B is different. Like a lot of people in this cohort will also be folks who are working on B2B companies, SaaS companies, etc., etc. Here, the trick is still the same. You have to think about a persona, and you have to think about who do you. All the principles that we talked about remains the same, but there are these two different things that you have to do. But to build for the end user, that of course is going to be there. But you have to price for the buyer. The buyer in this case may be a CTO or CFO or a HR head or a manager or somebody in the procurement department, etc. And you have to show them the entire value, that if you take my awesome looking, ticket booking app, or some procurement solution, then what is in it for you, and how will your users use it? In a lot of cases, B2B SaaS companies don't really innovate for the user. Maybe they actually work on the buyer part a lot, but I think both of these are equally important. It has to start with 3 points. You have to start with real value that the program delivers. B is the perceived value that the program delivers, and C is the willingness to pay for that perceived value. Have like a large amount of grit and drive, and you can build that. You have to have drive. You should never give up. You should have a growth mindset. This is coachable and trainable. Like you should want to do that, and if you have to, you seek advice and you seek guidance and so on. Read books if that works for you, etc. But have like a lot of drive and never give up. It's always good to know where you are right now, but even if you are even if you feel FOMO, or even if you feel that you're not yet there, but if you have the growth mindset and curious mindset, and if you're persistent, you can reach there. So first is like just know that it is possible, and that's what growth mindset till life means. The second one is sharpen your skills around problem identification and problem solving. In my opinion, don't only be a product manager. Go at least have like 5 or 6 different hobbies or interests, or like a wide variety of friends that, and you don't even know how many dots will connect from where to where. You cannot really plan for that. Your learning cannot be planned that way. Your musical learning, so I have a guitar here as well, like will connect in some different way in your product building experience. Your engineering experience may connect somewhere else. Your analytical experience may connect somewhere else, and you have to think about it that way. And again, it's learnable and coachable. But if you think, hey, I'm not worthy, nobody is. Remember the first slide that I showed in today's deck?
Yeah.
No matter how senior you are, etc., nobody has a repeatable formula. Like even if I have to build a product today, I don't have a repeatable formula that it will definitely work. I am starting from where you're starting. It's just that I have so many experience, so I can go back and say कि ये नहीं आता है. But if as long as you have, okay, I want to be gritty and I want to develop these skills. And third, which is definitely the most learnable skill of them all, learn communication, learn influence. We like it or not, product management is sales. We are in the job of influencing. We are in the job of habit changing.